Okay, welcome to our YouTube channel, Build Engineering Insight. So let us discuss the analysis of highway pavements, no? And as one of the topics under the transportation engineering. So this topic is sort of part of sa classroom discussion or topic natin sa as an inclusion in the sa board examination, no? Civil engineering. So this time, we're going to discuss shortly the analysis of highway pavements, and we will illustrate some sample problems so that we can illustrate the basic concepts on the analysis of highway pavements. Okay. Now, we know highway pavements is a structure. Okay, it is a structure in a road construction, and we also know that highway pavements is being divided or two types. No? Meron siyang dalawang types, okay, that we usually use in road construction. So types of this one of pavements. So one of which is the tinatawag natin na rigid pavement. Okay? Rigid pavement. Ito yung pavement na kung saan it usually uses concrete. Okay? As its material. And then the other one is ito yung sa flexible pavement. Okay? The material that it usually used is asphalt. Okay? Asphalt. No. So these are the two types. No? So rigid pavement and then flexible pavement. So depende po yan sa ating design upon consideration, no? Kung saan yung mas appropriate, whether we gotta use the rigid pavement or flexible pavement. Depende po yan sa ating consideration. Okay? Kung nasa actual practice tayo, so it depends, no? We have a lot of things to consider before natin sabihin na, okay, we're gonna use the rigid pavement or we're gonna use the flexible pavement. But this time, ang ating focus is more on the analysis of the highway pavements, both the rigid and then the flexible pavement. Okay? Ang pinaka-basic na tatandaan natin sa rigid pavement is that the material being used here is concrete, whereas the flexible pavement is uh, asphalt. Okay? Asphalt. Yun yung kanilang surface course. Okay? Surface course. Now, we will discuss here no, yung sa rigid pavement. Okay? Sa rigid pavement. Okay. Here, in our analysis for the rigid pavement, we are going to utilize the Older's theory. Okay? Older's theory. Okay? As our guide for the analysis of the rigid pavement. Now, under the rigid pavement, meron tayong dalawang consideration dito na ginagamit, no? One is that without dowels, okay? Without dowels or tie bars, okay? Without dowels or tie bars. And then the other one is with dowels, okay? With the presence of dowels or tie bars, okay? Now, saan mo natin ginagamit itong dowels and the tie bars? Saan mo natin ginagamit yan? So yung dowels natin, these are connectors, okay? Connectors that we usually use for, these are steel bars, no? Steel bars yan sila, na ginagamit natin for as a connector to the adjacent concrete, okay? adjacent concrete. So say for example, in the longitudinal aspect, no, or in the longitudinal um, side of our concrete pavement, no, mapapansin natin, no? So let's consider this one, no? Okay. This is our center line, no? Ang ating road, no? Center line of the road. Okay. So kuha lang tayo ng section ng road natin. Now, we know sa road construction, meron tayong uh, the placement of our pavement is by block, okay, by blocking. Now, sa blocking natin, okay, sa blocking natin, let us say this is the first block. Usually that is 4.5 meter, no? 4.5 meter. And then the other one is 4.5 meter. Now, of course, ito yung mauuna, no? Ito yung mauuna na ilalagay. Saka susunod the other side. Now, we consider there, no, yung dowels or tie bars natin. Okay? Dowels or tie bars. So, saan ba yung nakalagay yung dowels? Ito yung dowels natin. The bars that we're going to use here to provide a connection ng ating mga pavement. Okay? Yan yung sa dowels. Okay? Ito yung sa dowels. Now, after nung ating one-lane pavement, you're going to proceed to the second or to the next lane. And then the next lane na ito will be connected using the steel bars. And these steel bars are what we call the tie bars. Ito yung tie bars that will hold the two-lane pavement together. Okay? So this is our tie bar. So yan yung ating consideration for rigid pavement, whether without dowels or tie bars. Or the other one is with dowels or tie bars. Now, let us proceed. Unahin natin yung without dowels or tie bars. So, first is without dowels or tie bars. Now, the critical here, the critical section sa pavement natin is at the edge of the contraction joint. It will crack approximately with the 45 degree with the edges. Okay? Saan ba itong critical section natin? Okay? So let us try to draw. Okay. Kaya consider natin isang section ng ating road. This is our center line that divides the two-lane pavement, and then this one is the yung ka-block, no? The blocking. Okay. Yung sinasabi dito na critical section, okay, is at the tandang critical section natin. is at the edge of the contraction joint. This one, okay, is considered natin as contraction joint. Kaya, contraction joint. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng by blocking of the placement of the pavement, and that is usually 4.5 meters. So that joint is what we call the contraction joint, where we usually install a dowels. Now, as sabi, pag without dowels or tie bars, the critical section is at the edge. So, at the edge, ito yung at the edge natin. At the edge. Okay? The edge in which it will crack approximately with 45 degrees. Okay? Magka-crack ba yan siya, no? 45 degrees. Okay? Yan. It will crack. Ito yung mga cracks natin. Okay? They're all cracks. Okay? They're all cracks. So, if you're going to consider the portion of this one, okay? The portion of this one, ganito maging itsura niyan. Okay? Ang cracking nito is nasa inclination of 45 degrees. Ito yung 45 degrees. Ito naman yung 45 degrees to the other side. Okay? Now, if this is 45 degrees, ang height niyan is ito crack, sabi natin x. Okay? The x. Since 45 degrees ito, it also become value of x. Okay? And this is yung weight natin, okay? Yung weight ng ating natang wheel load. Okay? Itong W na to is the wheel load. That can be expressed in terms of kilograms or pounds. Okay? Now, so x plus x, this becomes 2x. Okay, this becomes 2x. This one is the uh, yung pavement natin. Okay, 2x. And then this is the thickness of the pavement. Let's say T. Okay. Now, let's analyze that one. Okay. So in this case, we will take the moment. Okay. The moment natin, that is just the wheel load, W multiplied by X. Okay, that is our moment arm. Now, going back to ating allowable tensile stress. Okay, allowable tensile stress of the concrete. This is the pavement. No? This is the pavement. So, bending stress. Okay, bending stress. So, this is galing sa formula na MC over I. So, since that is rectangle, we can simplify that the MCI into 6M BD squared. Okay, BD squared. Now, what is this BD? What is that B? B is equivalent to, ito yung 2x natin. Okay, itong D natin, ito yung T. Kaya, substitute natin, F, that is the allowable tensile stress of the concrete. Okay, yung M natin is equal to WX. So, 6 WX, you divide by 2, 2x, no? 2x, then T squared. You simplify that, okay, cancel yung x natin dyan. That becomes 6 divided by 2, no? W T squared. So that is, becomes 3 W over T squared. Okay? Or in short, the F natin, the allowable tensile stress of the concrete, becomes 3 W over T squared. So, ang aim natin dito is to determine the formula for the thickness of the pavement, if that is without dowels or tie bars. Now, T squared is equal to 3W over F. Take note, from W, that is the wheel load or in terms of kilogram or pounds. Ang F natin, that is the allowable tensile stress of the concrete. So, simplifying, T is equal to square root of 3W over F. So therefore, that is now our formula for determination of the thickness of the pavement without the dowels or the tawag ito, or tie bars. So this is the thickness of the pavement. Okay. Thickness of pavement, edge and at center. Okay. So that is T, the thickness. Ito yung thickness. That is equal to the square root of 3W over the uh, F. And that F stands for the allowable tensile stress of the concrete. Okay. Next, ito tayo. Doon naman tayo sa with dowels or tie bars. Okay. Take note din dito, That is, this formula applies kahit sa edge and sa center. Okay, sa center ng ating pavement. So that applies. Now, with dowels or tie bars. With dowels or tie bars. Now, again, yung purpose natin sa dowel natin is to transmit the stresses due to the load from the adjacent pavement for a transfer of our stresses. Now, here, at the with dowels or tie bars, one consideration natin is at the edge of the pavement. At the edge of the pavement. So, meron naman tayong steel connector dito in the presence of dowels and the tie bars. So, iba yung sa edge and the center. Unlike dun sa without the dowels or tie bars, the same yung formula natin at the edge and at the center. Okay. So the same pa rin yung kanina, yung critical section natin is at the edge, no? The edge. Now, what we're going to do now is, this is cracking, right? So this X, what will happen is W over 2. Okay. This is 45 degrees. This is also 45 degrees. If this is 45 degrees and the height is X, so this becomes also X, then therefore our pavement becomes now a what? 2x. And this one thickness at the edge is our T sub 1. Okay? Yung thickness natin at the edge is our T sub 1. Okay? Is our 2x. So, since at the edge of pavement, our moment here becomes W over 2 multiplied by X. Okay? W. Then, babalik pa rin tayo dun sa bending stress. Bending formula. Okay? Bending stress natin. And that is F is equal to 6 MBD squared kasi nga that is rectangle. So in this case, our B is 2x and our D is the T sub 1. So we directly substitute now. F is equal to 6. What's the value of M? That is W over 2 then X. We divide by what's the value of D? That is 2x. And then what's the value of D? For this squared, that is T sub 1 squared. Okay, T sub 1 squared. So what will happen? Cancel ito. Cancel ito. So 6 over 2, this becomes, cancel yan, magiging 3 na lang yan. Okay? So let's continue here. So F, the allowable. Okay, yung F natin, that is the, okay, define natin yan. The same pa rin kanina, the allowable tensile stress of concrete. Tensile stress of concrete. So F is equal to 3 W over 2 T sub 1 squared. Okay? T sub 1 squared. So, mangyari ngayon is, since we are after of the thickness, and that is our T sub 1, so T sub 1 squared is equal to 3 W over 2F. And then, taking the square root, T sub 1 becomes the square root of 3W over 2F. And that is now the formula for the thickness of the pavement at the edge of the pavement. Okay? At the edge of thickness of the pavement. Okay? At the edge. Okay? At edge of pavement. Okay. Next, consider naman natin. Okay, take note with the presence of dowels or the tie bars, at the edge of pavement, yung thickness sa edge of pavement is not different. I mean, it's different from that of at the center. Okay? At the center. Okay. Next. Okay. At the center of pavement. The center of pavement. Now, bakit ka nagkaiba? Or how do we illustrate yung difference nila? So let us say, meron tayong pavement, no? So this one, ito yung ating sa edge, and that is the T sub 1. Ito naman yung nasa center, and that is our T sub 2. Okay, T sub 2. That's the thickness of the pavement at the center of the pavement. So what will happen now? The same pa rin as sa critical section, but yung sa cracking niya is magkakaiba na ito siya sa, okay, the crack will also be the same 45 degrees, no? 45, so this becomes also X. But the loading here, the wheel load becomes W over 4. This is now T sub 2, and this becomes the 2X. Okay, the 2X. So what will happen now? Our moment now becomes W over 4, the wheel load multiplied by X. Then we still go back now to the bending stress formula. Okay. What is now your bending stress formula? That is F is equal to MC over I. It's the general formula based on the flexural theory. And since that is rectangular, okay, rectangular siya, section, your F becomes 6m BD squared. Take note this formula, itong 6m over BD squared is only applies for the rectangular section. Now, again, ang B natin dito is the 2x and our T or D is our T sub 2. So we basically substitute 6, what's the value of M? That is W over 4, then X. Then the value of B is 2X, then that is T sub 2 squared. Okay. So we will try to simplify yung X natin mag-cancel. And then yung 2 natin comes now 3. So what's now the result? So F, that's the allowable tensile stress of the concrete, that becomes W, 3W over 4 T sub 2 squared. So simplify natin, T sub 2 is equal to the square root of 3W over 4F. And this is now the formula for the thickness of the pavement at the center of pavement. The center of pavement. So, konti lang yung pinagkaiba nila. Okay? It's only a few. Okay, so that's for the rigid pavement natin. Okay? You remember that. Now, let us proceed for the flexible pavement now. Okay, so what is a flexible pavement? Okay, for the flexible pavement, okay, illustrate na natin yung stress distribution. Okay? Okay. So this one is our T sub 1 and this one is our T sub 2. No. We will try to label. This one is our tinatawag natin na subgrade. Okay. Subgrade, and this one is our base. And this one is our pavement. Pavement. And the loading, the wheel load natin is W. So you take note, this one is the contact area of the tire. Yun ang contact area of the tire ng sasakyan, ng any vehicle. Okay. So this is how when the tire contacts with the surface of the pavement, ganito yung kanyang uh, tawag to, stress distribution going down to the subgrade. So in this case, it forms a cone, okay? And then that is inclined into 45 degrees, okay? Incline siya ng 45 degrees. So, subgrade to base to subgrade, that is T sub 1, and the pavement, the surface course to the base is T sub 2. So, T sub, oh, sabi natin this is T sub 1 and T sub 1. So, pag i-add natin itong dalawa, T sub 1 plus T sub 2, that is now your T. Okay? That is now your T. Now, we'll try to remove. Alisin natin yung mga label ng pavement na yan para ma-analyze natin na maayos. Okay? Ito yung sa contact ng tires. Okay? Okay. Yung T na ito, that is the T1 plus the T2. Okay? So ito, this shaded area, that is our area sub 1. And then this area, that is our area sub 2. Okay? Area sub 2. So this is now the height of this to the peak of the cone, that is R. Okay? That is R. So 45 degrees range. Okay, so distance ito is R, the radius. Okay, the radius. Now, you take note, nasa subgrade tayo. So, meron tayong stresses dito. Okay? Stresses. And that's our F. Okay? That is our F. That is our F. Okay. Now, so we'll try to derive its formula. Okay? Derive natin yung formula. Now, yung area sub 1 natin kanina, saan yung area sub 1? Ito yan. Diba? So, that is our pi r squared. How about for the area sub 2? Okay. Yung area sub 2 natin, take note this is a stress. Ito yung area, okay? Where the W, the wheel load, will be applied. Okay. So therefore, that becomes area sub 2 is W over F. Okay? W by F. So, by ratio and proportion, kasi cone yan, di ba? So, we can take that for the yung relationship nila in terms of by ratio and proportion. So that is area sub 1, you divide that by area sub 2 is equal to, area sub 1 is equal to r squared. Then the area sub 2 is the t plus r squared. Okay? T plus r. Kasi yung area sub 2 na ito represents the whole cone. The area sub 1 represents this one. Itong small cone. So that is, the kanyang height is r, then the height for this is the thickness of the flexible pavement, and that is a total of T sub 1 plus the T sub 2. Okay, so continue tayo. What's the value of A sub 1? That is pi r squared. Okay, pi r squared, and that's area 2 is W over F, and is equal to r squared, you divide by T plus r squared. Okay, so what will happen is, maka-cancel natin yung r squared. Okay, cancel yung ating r squared. So, ano yung natira? So, T plus r squared, okay, 1 over pi, then W over F. Okay, W over F. So, T plus R, you take the square root both sides, so that becomes square root of 1 over pi W over F. So, simplify natin, what's the square root of 1 over pi? That is 0.564 square root of W over F. And the thickness, okay, thickness of the pavement, of the flexible pavement is equal to 0.564, the square root of W over F minus R. Okay, minus R. Now, in this case, no, the T, the thickness, the total thickness can also be be the same as T sub 1, that is equal to 0.564 square root of W over F sub 1 minus R. Okay? So, yung F sub 1 natin, that is now in this part. Okay? Yan yung F sub 1. Okay? Okay, so I hope it's clear already, no? So we will try to deal with sample problems para mas lalo natin maintindihan yung ating mga discussion. So between the flexible and then the rigid pavement. Okay, so we have here flexible, problem number 1. A flexible pavement carries a static wheel load of 53.5 kilonewton. The circular contact area of the tire is 85,806 millimeters squared, and the transmitted load is distributed across a wide area of the subgrade at an angle of 45 degrees. The subgrade bearing value is 0.14 MPa, while that of the base is 0.41 MPa. Now design the thickness of the pavement and that of the base. Okay, okay. Solution. So before that, no, we will try to illustrate yung sinasabi din sa problem. Ito yung wheel load natin. That is 53.5 kilo Newton. Okay, 53.5 kilonewton. And then this is our T sub 1 and this is our T sub 2, and the total of the two is now equal to T. And then this is now equal to R. Now, at this area, nandito yung ating bearing, subgrade bearing natin. Okay. Diba subgrade ang part na ito? So that is our F sub 1, which is 0.14 MPa. And then our, take note of, subgrade, then the base. Yung base natin, ito yung sa subgrade, no? Ito yung sa base, ito yung sa pavement. Ang bearing ng pavement natin, anong base natin is 0.41. And that is our F2, which is equal to 0.41 MPa. Okay? So since this is a flexible pavement, so what is our area sub 1? That is equal to W over F1. Right? And then, yung ating area, that is the pi r squared. No, the ratio and proportion that becomes the area over area sub 1, and that is equal to, this one is r squared over the t plus r squared. So what's the value of a? That is pi r squared. So what's the value of area sub 1? That is w over f1. That is equal to r squared over t plus r squared. What happened to this becomes cancelled. Okay, it becomes cancelled. Okay, so next slide tayo. Okay, so simplify natin, t plus r squared is equal to, ayan, wf1, so that becomes 1 over pi w over f1. So that is t plus r square root of 1 over pi w over f1, and that is equal to t plus r 0.564. The square root of the 1 over pi, that is 0.564. So t becomes 0.564 square root of w over f1 minus r. So this is now the formula that we have derived earlier. So let us substitute. Okay, substitute the values. We have the value of w, we have the value of f1. What's the value of r? Okay, so our r, remember, yung ating area, that is equal to pi r squared. The area is already given. So that is 85,806 mm squared is equal to pi r squared. And then what's the value of r? That is equal to 165 mm. So we can now directly substitute. So T sub 1 or T is equal to 0.564. So that is 53.5 kilonewton. We're going to multiply that into 1,000 to make it Newton, and you divide that by 0.14. Okay, 0.14 and minus 165. So what's the value of the total thickness? That is 184 mm. But we are going to design the thickness of the pavement and that of the base. Okay, there's a base natin that is T sub 1, and then the no, ang pavement natin is the T sub 1, and then that base is T sub 2. So T sub 1, ito yung sa pavement, plus T sub 2, ito yung sa base, that is equal to T. Now, let us determine T sub 1. That is equal to 0.564 square root of W natin, 53.5 times 1,000. Then what is now the value of F? That is 0.41. Okay, 0.41 minus 165. So our T sub 1 becomes now how much? That is 39 mm. This is now your thickness of the pavement. Thickness of pavement. And then, what is our T sub 2? That is equal to, from this formula, T minus T sub 1 is equal to, so 184 minus 39. So therefore, our T sub 2 is equal to 145 mm. And that's the thickness of the base. Okay, thickness of the base. So if we're going to illustrate that, this is our flexible pavement, asphalt. That is the 39 mm. And this one is our base, 145. Okay. Next, we have the problem number 2. A rigid pavement is to be used to carry a load of 53.5 kilonewton. We design the thickness of the pavement, and then the allowable tensile stress of the concrete is 1.38 MPa. Sufficient dowels are used across the joints, okay? Sufficient dowels are used. So therefore, we assume here, since we have two considerations, with or without, so we're going to use here the with dowels because as per the problem, sufficient dowels are used. So therefore, we assume that with the presence of the dowels. Okay, now, so solution. Okay, so this becomes 2x, and this one becomes our T sub 2. Okay, that is our T sub 2. Take note that is at the edge of the pavement, the edge. So at the edge. At the edge of our moment is equal to W over 2 multiplied by X. And then our bending stress, that is 6 mBd squared, that is equal to 6W over 2X. Then you divide by, what is the B? That is our 2X. And what is our D? That is T sub 2 squared. So at the edge, no? So at the edge pala ito. Sorry. Yung edge natin, T sub 1 pala yan, no? We follow yung orientation natin kanina. So therefore, that becomes, cancel ito, cancel, this becomes 3. So T sub 1 is equal to the square root of 3W over 2F. So substitute, okay? Substitute natin, this becomes T sub 1 square root of 3 times 53.5 times 1,000. You divide by 2 times 1.38 MPa. And therefore, that is equal to 241 mm. That's the thickness, okay, for the at the edge, okay, at the edge. Now, at the center, at the center, our moment here is W over 4 times X. What will happen now is our F is equal to the same bending stress formula, 6W over 4 X over 2X. So that becomes, if this is T sub 1, this is now T sub 2. So our T sub 2 is now equal to, cancel, times 3. So that is, T sub 2 is 3W over 4F. So substitute natin, T sub 2 is now equal to 3 times 53.5 times 1,000 para maging Newton. We're consistent with our tensile stress, 4 times 1.38, and T sub 2 becomes now the answer. That is 171 mm. And this is for the center. Okay? This is now for the center. It is now for the at the edge. Okay? At the edge. So if you're going to look that in our illustration, ito yung T sub 1, that is 241. And this is now your T sub 2, and that is 171 mm. Okay, that is 171 mm. Okay, so that's our problem number 2. Okay. For problem number 3, a cement concrete pavement has a thickness of 18 centimeter. Okay. The pavement, okay, so this is a rigid pavement, 18 centimeter, and has two lanes of 7 meters with a longitudinal joint. Design the spacing of the tie bar and the length of the bar. Now, the allowable working stress is of the steel in tension is 1,600 kilogram per centimeter squared. The unit weight of the concrete is 2,400 kilogram per cubic meter, and the coefficient of friction between the pavement and the subgrade is 1.5. Allowable band stress in concrete is 24 kilogram per centimeter squared. And for that tie bar, we're going to use 16 millimeter diameter now steel bars. Okay? So let us now illustrate first, no? Paano bang magiging itsura nito? So, section ng road, no? That is two lane, right? So this is two lane. Okay? So in that case, if that is two lanes, so the first lane is, or each lane is equal to 3, is 3.5, 3.5 meters. Now, yung ating stirrups or ating tie bars is within this portion. Okay, tie bars yan. Okay, so we're asked now to design the spacing and its length. So, ano yung magiging length ng ating tie bars? And that is L. Okay, that is the L. Now, in our analysis here, okay, in our analysis here, we take now a 1 meter strip, okay? A 1 meter strip. 1 meter, okay? That's 1 meter. So for that 1 meter, illustrate natin in, okay? So this portion, okay? This portion. This is the thickness of the pavement. That is the 18 centimeter. This one is the 1 meter. And this one is the 3.5 meters. 3.5 meters. Dito sa loob yung ating bars. Okay? Yung ating bars. Bars in which it acts yung W natin. In this case, dahil bars ito, its strength is equal to, or yung kanyang cross-sectional is E sub S. So if this is W, then we have that the value of N from our mechanics, tama? And of course, meron tayong frictional force. Okay? We have that frictional force. Okay. So we will try to move, get the this bar. Yung bar natin, sabi natin ito. Yung bar na yan, that is, yung length niya is L. Ito yun siya, the L. And it has the diameter, which is the 16 diameter. And then its strength is equal to ES multiplied by Fs. Now, its band stress, okay, given yung allowable band stress natin, di ba? Band stress is equal to yung surface area, pi d multiplied by L. So, saan ba itong band stress na pinagtukoy natin? Ito yung, um, that's the band stress. So, going left ito, so itong sa banding, going right yung sa stress ng concrete. Okay. So, basically, we're going to apply here the our mechanics, no? Simple mechanics natin. Now, consider, okay, consider the 1 meter length of slab. 1 meter length of slab. So yung W natin is equal to unit weight of the concrete, 2,400 kilogram per cubic meter multiplied by, that is yung thickness, that is 0.18 meter times the 1 meter length times the 3.5 meter. So this comes cancel, mag-cancel yan, cancel, cancel, and that is equal to W is 1,512 kilogram. Okay, that's 512 kilogram. And then from this, no, summation of forces vertical, okay, yung summation of forces vertical, that is equal to W is equal to N. So therefore, N is equal to 1,512 kilogram. So what is now the frictional force? Yung F, that is equal to mu, the coefficient of friction, multiplied by N. And then, so what is the coefficient? That is 1.5 times, what is the value of N? 1,512 kilograms. So therefore, our F, the frictional force, is equal to 2,268 kilogram. Now, considering this, ito sa bar natin, okay, summation of forces horizontal, that is equal to 0, that is F is equal to the ES multiplied by the Fs. So we know that F natin is 2,268 kilogram, and our ES, okay, ES is equal to, how about the Fs? That is 1,600, okay, 600. So therefore, our ES is now 1.42 square centimeter per meter. Why per meter? Because we only consider 1 meter strip. Huh? 1 meter strip. So our ES, no, given yung 16 mm diameter, that's 1 pi over 4 and 1.6 because We make this 1.6 in term, the unit of measurement is centimeter. Okay, that is now equal to 1.256 centimeter squared. So what is now the spacing? Okay, spacing, spacing of tie bars. S is equal to 1.256 centimeter squared. You divide by 1.42 centimeter squared per meter. So this comes cancelled. What remains is meter. So that's become 0.88 meter. Or in that case, use spacing is equal to 80 centimeter on centers. Okay, on centers. So this now becomes your answer for the spacing of the tie bars. Okay. How about for the length of the bars? Okay, for the length of the bars, okay, so ES, FS is equal to band stress multiplied by pi d L. So we know that our ES is equal to 1.42 times, what is the FS? 1,600 kilogram per, uh, then our band stress is equal to 24, diba? 24 yun, multiplied by pi. What is the diameter? That is 1.6. That is in terms of centimeter, no? Centimeter. So, ano yung L? So, simplifying, L is equal to 18.83, okay? 18.83. So, let us approximate that in terms of 19 millimeter. No, centimeter, not millimeters. 19 centimeter. So, that's only one side, okay? One side yan. So, for two sides, no? Two sides, our L becomes now 2 times 19, and that is equal to 38 centimeters. That is now your length of the tie bars, okay? Length of tie bars. Okay? So, hope uh, naintindihan yung aking simple discussion for the analysis ng ating highway pavements, both the rigid and pavement, flexible pavement. So hoping for another discussion. So please subscribe for our YouTube channel, the Edo Build Engineering Insight. So as we can discuss more topics, okay, topics regarding to recent board examinations, topics with the different lecture series, no? And then more topics. Or you may comment down so that you can request for topics that you want me to discuss. So by the way, I am Engineer Rosie. Okay, so have a good day. Thank you.